Hi everyone. So it's the end of the day, and I wanted to talk about everything that I've observed and learned today. And if I don't do it today, then tomorrow comes, and tomorrow's another day, and I'm going to be learning lots of new things. And then I have tomorrow to share tomorrow's story. But I have only today to share today's story. So, for me, Um, so I was observing how, well, I saw like this vision, this possibility of creating some sort of class, some sort of like curriculum, some sort of thing to teach children at a young age um, about their feelings, about their emotions. Where, for example, something like you sort of, okay, you take one emotion at a time. Like you say, you have anger. So you start with anger, where it's like, okay, everyone, let's practice being angry. What does being angry look like? And then everyone practices, and you, as a teacher, go to each one, you look, and you try to, you look and assess the person, and you may find someone that is really angry. Like when they express it, it's like you can tell that they're really angry about something in their life. So then you take them as an example, as a way, and you show them that, okay, everyone, this is how you can release anger. And there's many different techniques you can use for that. You can say something like, you use like imaginative play, like imagining your anger like a balloon and you popping it with a needle. Or maybe it's about like releasing it like with the like like an air or something like that. But the point is that whatever you do, all these techniques, they will work as long as the person makes the movement within themselves to let go, to decide to change. And that's what makes any of these techniques work. It's just that one point. If the person does not really let go, then nothing will change. And so then you show that to the child, and you could say the person as well. You show that to the person, and that's it. And then you go on, and if, for example, they have more difficulty, then you can try to help them source the anger, source the reasons they're holding on to, the thoughts, the situation involved, and try to find a way to show themselves that they're able to decide who they are. They're able to let go of what they're feeling and decide who they are in this moment, and not let what they're feeling define them, but actually change what they're feeling. That's the level of responsibilities that we don't have as humanity, as adults, in any culture really, in the world. So that, I see, something that can be introduced at a young age. And of course adults as well. It'd be fabulous if parents are prepared before they have kids to be able to direct their own emotions. So they do not yell in anger, yell in emotion, or frustration, or stress, or irritation, because all that gets imprinted onto the child. That affects the child, their life, what they're learning, what they're doing in everyday life. It will affect how they learn in school, or not learn really. It will affect their ability to be effective and well in their life. So yeah. So I saw that possibility where it can be created, introduced, tested, and shown to improve everything in a person's life if they have those effective skills. That their self-will is developed, their self is developed. The development of self. The other thing I was looking at was how I noticed for me there is this point of like there's a level, like the word I used to refer to as like a fire within me, and I've been over the years kind of not sure about whether this is something I can live as a word, as something that is me, that's best for all. And so I have not been living it in times, and recently been observing, reflecting, and I saw that, well, I really do need this expression, I really do need this fire within me. And all I have to do is make sure it's what's best for all, because this fire can very much be like a blame, like an anger, like a frustration, where then I will easily do that. But I realize that as long as I stick to what's best for all, then that won't happen. And I have to be the one to make sure I do that. Because I have in the past gone into blame, into anger, frustration, and I have in the past as well avoided, let's say, this fire, this passion, and so in a way become depressed because I'm not really moving with fire, moving with passion. So I do need the passion, I do need the fire, I do need that force, but I just need to align it with life, with what's best for all. So I'm seeing that as the way, and so therefore everything could be aligned to what's best for all. And that's what's going to make the difference, whether it's aligned to what's best for all or it isn't, or it's aligned to what's worst for all. So, yeah. And so I applied that today and it worked well. I moved. And also, something else to say is that over the last few weeks, I've gotten a lot of attention in a very short amount of time from various people asking me for help in taking care of their pets. And I am considering the possibility that over the past few weeks, through me focusing on only changing myself and not my environment, I have changed, let's say, myself in that sense and who I am, and that is having effect in reality, and people are taking notice. So that's really cool, and we'll see in time to come. I definitely don't want to assume. Maybe it's just some other reason, but I don't know. I'm definitely better overall the last few weeks because of what I've been focusing on, only focusing on myself, changing myself, and not my environment. And yeah. Besides that, I've also been reflecting on the gifts I've received through knowing people, where there are parts of myself, like with theater, with singing, with dancing, that I would never have developed if I hadn't met certain people, and as well as having like a taste for, I guess, acting, like, or storytelling, or that like level of taste of a story, and be able to in a way critique it and understand like what's a good story, what's such a level that's really deep, and so having a deeper appreciation for that level of skill involved in that. And so I realize how much I have gained over the years through being exposed to different people in different situations. And yeah. So that sums up on the major points for today, and that's it. So tomorrow is another day, and I'll have other things tomorrow to share. So, thank you very much for joining in. Hopefully, things that I've shared have opened up dimensions within you, just like other people have done with me in the past. And so I continue to do for others. So thank you very much. This is Yogan. Have a good night. Bye.